I want to welcome you to Juggalo Championshit Wrestling.
So JCW stands for Juggalo Championship Wrestling, or as I sometimes see it, Juggalo Championshit Wrestling. It's ICP's wrestling federation. ICP wrestled in ECW, WCW, TNA, and WWF. They're big fans of wrestling. They did backyard wrestling when they were younger, and so it just makes sense that they would have their own wrestling crew after a while. So the DVD I'm going to be talking about is JCW's first live event. And a little bit of a disclaimer here. Juggalos, listen to me for a second. I'm going to say some bad things about this, and I know you're very dedicated, but listen to what I have to say before you start, hitting the dislike button. I'm going to say some bad things. I'm also going to say some good things. But, you guys got the face paint, you put it on, you go, you hit people with the hatchet. I put on the face paint, I burn down churches. We can party. It's fine. So, with that all in mind, let's run through the card real quick and find out who's going to be wrestling tonight. Okay, so our first match is Iron Sheik versus Izzy High. I suppose I forgot to mention that most of the matches are actual wrestlers, retired wrestlers, or guys on the indie circuit versus people that ICP know. We don't get a lot of wrestler versus wrestler in this event. So we got Iron Sheik versus Izzy High. That's the first match. The second match is Redneck Devil Without a Cause versus Evil Dead. Redneck Devil Without a Cause is ICP's sort of rib at Kid Rock, another, rapper from Detroit, along with Eminem. They make fun of both of them during the show. And Evil Dead is ICP's created wrestler. If we were playing WWE 2K14, that would be their custom guy. Okay, and our third match is King Kong Bundy versus Tom Dub. King Kong Bundy, obviously one of the big guys from the Hulk Hogan era, along with Andre the Giant and Big John Studd. He was one of the really big guys, 500-pounder, wrestled Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 2. He was at WrestleMania 1 as well, and that was the fastest match in WWF history at the time. So I like Bundy. He's a giant egg, and he is against Tom Dub. Tom Dub is some dude from Psychopathic Records. I don't know much about Psychopathic Records. I looked up a little bit for all of these guys and couldn't find a whole lot, so I just decided to announce them as, these guys that ICP just were like, here, be in our wrestling show. Our fourth match is Abdullah the Butcher versus Rude Boy. I think Rude Boy is a rapper. I could be wrong. But Abdullah the Butcher, very famous, was never really tied down with any one wrestling federation. He bounced from place to place doing sort of hardcore matches before hardcore matches were a thing. Most of his matches were very, very bloody. I don't like Abdullah the Butcher almost at all. And then the match after that is a... Okay. So in TNA, you have the Knockouts division. In WWF, you have the Divas division. And in JCW, you have the Bitches division. So this is our Bitches match. And this is Chick Foley, female McFoley, versus Angel, who is basically a cosplayer that looks like Violent J. So, looking forward to that match. And then we have a Battle Royal. 20 or 25-man Battle Royal, I can't remember. I think it was 20, and then it was supposed to be 25, but they couldn't get enough guys. It won't matter. We'll talk about that later. And then the final match of the night, the match to see, the one that probably sold the most tickets, is Doink and Doink versus Insane Clown Posse. So the Battle of the Clowns. And that's our card. Those are our matches. This DVD is only about an hour long. I've been told, I did research online and saw that there were actually 2 matches that were cut from the DVD. I read that one of them was awful, and they keep showing clips from another one. I don't know if they were cut for money reasons, like they didn't pay the guys that did it, or just because I've heard ICP has some beef with some of the wrestlers that were in those matches, but all in all, there's not a lot of info online as to why those matches were cut. But that's our card. We're going to go over each of them. We're going to talk about what happens between each matches, because there is a ton of filler in this. So, do I think you should go out and watch this before I start, giving out spoilers and telling you how each match goes? You could probably guess. If you played that card over again and you wrote it down, I bet you could tell me who was going to win each one. But, yeah, no. This was weird. I kind of enjoyed this. I enjoyed this a lot more than Ring of Glory. Ring of Glory was agonizing. I watched that twice, and that is 2.5 hours that I will never get back, multiplied by 2. So, 5 hours of that, plus the 8 hours of editing the footage and then shooting it, and writing the script, it was just pure agony. But this was actually kind of funny, because you get the event, you get all the matches, but it's almost like riff tracks, because you have ICP and one other guy just ADRing over the top of it, the commentary, because there's no commentary actually in the crowd. You can hear stuff going on in the crowd, but the audio is quieter than it should be. And I feel without them ADRing over and just talking bullshit, this would be one of the worst wrestling things committed to a DVD. But with it, it's actually kind of funny. Some jokes are, some are not. But again, I'll mention some of those when we go through it more in depth. Do I recommend it? No, not for the price anyway. If you could get it for a couple of bucks, I would recommend it. Obviously, if you're a Juggalo and you like ICP, you're going to be all over this. If you're into ICP, I would say go buy it. Just go get it. Go to Hatchet Gear and buy every single one of volumes of it. I will review the other ones later, but as of right now, this is the only one I have, and I'm broke, so I can't get the other ones. Yeah, so let's go through the actual matches and see what this sucker's like. So this DVD opens up with a couple of skits. We get ICP coming down to the ring. They introduce all the guys from Psychopathic Records. I could care less about this part. I don't know these people. I don't care. And then after that, we get a interview backstage with the Sheik. He's supposed to be our face for his match, apparently, because he's talking about how he loves the United States and all that sort of stuff. He says he's going to prove that he's number one, just like he did back in the WWF. We have... they keep referring to the match that the Sheik is going to be in is a high-flying, lucha libre style, suicide dive, crack pipe on a pole match. So all of that is our match. And you can tell that the Sheik is not in a good way here. I mean, the Heroes of Wrestling pay-per-view happened before this. Not much before this, but still before this. And the Nikolai Volkov, Iron Sheik, Bushwhackers fight from that was just horrendous. So, I mean, this a one-on-one match, Iron Sheik versus, some kid, is not going to be better. It's not going to be good, so we get that, and then it shows a car pulling up. So we have another thing before the match starts, take up some time, just keep stretching. Car pulls up, guy comes out, it is Abdullah the Butcher. And Abdullah the Butcher, a guy comes up to him, Abdullah turns from his car, guy comes up to him, asks him for change. Abdullah just pulls out a fork and stabs the shit out of him, right in his forehead.
Profuse stabbing! How could you pay attention to that enormous ass when he's cutting the hell out of your friend's forehead, Patrick?
That's all I can see is the ass and the small muscle tee.
You don't notice the Calvin Klein t-shirt he's wearing?
That's not a t-shirt, that's a chachi!
It's a Calvin fucking... Oh my god! Oh, he gets Inferno! He's cutting Inferno!
He just goes for it. Just basically like every single match he's ever fought that I've seen anyway. So it's almost like this is the real him. He just does this in real life. I assume that, when he goes to Subway and he needs to pay or whatever, he just stabs the guy in his head. Or if he's at the supermarket and someone's in the way, he just stabs him with the fork. So that actually made me laugh a lot. He kills like 2 or 3 more guys just walking into the building. And then, at long live last, we get to our first match. The Iron Sheik versus Izzy High. Izzy High. Izzy High. Izzy High. Is he high? That's the joke. You get the joke? So, Iron Sheik comes out, and the first thing that you notice, and the first thing the commentators point out, is that he's got a giant, like, pus bubble, like, right where his belly button should be, like, the size of, like, half of a grapefruit. Like, this thing is massive. And they talk about how it's, actually a fishbowl that he had installed in his stomach, and that he fills it with lead so people can't punch him in the stomach.
What's that pus bubble in the neck and chest region of his,
That's not a pus bubble at all. That, in fact, is a fish tank that he had his belly button replaced with a fish.
Later they refer to it as a nightlight so he can find his dick in the middle of the night. But, it's real gross. And you can tell that Iron Sheik is not in a good way, like, at all. Like, he can barely walk. He's using, his flag that he comes out with as, like, a crutch just to get to the ring. He could barely get in the ring, for that matter. So he's in the ring. We hear some music kick up, music which is probably, not been paid for royalty-wise, but, out comes Izzy High. And this dude, oh man, He looks like an independent jobber. That's big pot leaf on his shirt and, like, you know, cheap ass wrestling boots and stuff. Like, I know this is an independent, like, show and stuff like that. But come on, ICP, you could spring for a couple more bucks and get your dude, like, some cool looking ring gear or something. I don't know. Maybe that's just his style. I have no idea. He comes out. He's got a lot of heat, which is good. That's what you want. So now, as I've talked before, you want a high flying, you know, something quick paced and fast for your opening match. That's the best way to really get the crowd into it. Maybe have a big brawl match after that. But we don't get that here. Absolutely not. Even though this is a high flying luchador, you know, crack pipe on a pole suicide dive match. Not the case. Right off the bat, you can tell that like from the first bit of offense, you're like, this is gonna be so bad. And it would be probably it would probably be the worst match I've ever seen if it weren't for the commentary. The commentary for this match is pretty funny. A lot of mostly talking about Iron Sheik's knees, and he struggles to walk in the ring, and he's doing nothing but like forearm blows because he can't do anything else.
It appears that his knees are shot, his knees are blew up, but that's not the fucking case at all, goddammit. Those knees are made out of metal. They're robot knees. They have springs, ball bearings, and gyros in them. Not gyro sandwiches, but the same kind of gyros that allows his knees to spin 360 degrees.
But, ICP and the other guy, make up for it for, talking, if this was a WWE event, Jim Ross or whoever was on commentary would try and distract you from how bad the event was by talking about other things or by making up excuses or some way. They would try and distract you and make you not notice, that Iron Sheik was having trouble walking or things like that. They're fairly good at that. If Shawn Michaels or X-Pac is injured, they were always able to sort of cover it up a little bit. Sometimes, anyway. This is the exact opposite. They run in the other direction as far as they can, and they never stop. They talk about his knees and how they've been surgically replaced with metal knees that can spin 360 degrees, and yeah, it's pretty funny, honestly. From like, if you watched a lot of Iron Sheik and now you're seeing this and you're hearing him talk about his non-functioning robotic knees, it's pretty funny. And this is the first time where the commentators start throwing words like faggot around. They call Izzy high. They call him Izzy gay at one point, but then they sort of flip that on its head immediately when Violent J says he's got beautiful gold locks. He's really enamored with Izzy High's hair.
Is that I have to admit, I'm attracted to the ginger blonde locks of Izzy Gay.
What?
His hair, it's a very smooth, attractive haircut.
But yeah, the Izzy High, he tries to do some offense. He's trying to make up for the fact that Iron Sheik can't do anything. But the fact is, if you're going to try and make up for someone else's weaknesses, that other person still has to be able to leave the ground. He's still got to be able to bump. Otherwise, it looks like one side is doing all the work and the other guy is not selling. And that's exactly what we get here.
They're not bowing out because of weak feebleness. In fact, they are bowing out because they are able to bend any direction. They also have rubber-based joints. But nonetheless,
the Iron Sheik can barely stand up, let alone bump or get thrown from the ring or any crap like that. So Izzy High works him into the corner, and the Iron Sheik is basically just no-selling it. Just and then Iron Sheik gets him down. Violent J's like, no, he's gonna fuck him in the ass.
Now he's gonna
for something.
Now he's gonna mount him in the ass and fuck him like the little bitch Fizzy Gay is.
No, he's not. He's
But Iron Sheik gets Izzy High in the camel clutch. It's a modified version of the camel clutch because he can't sit down. But Izzy High taps immediately. Iron Sheik goes out. He looks like he wants to get out of there in a hurry. He just he doesn't want his shame showing, I guess. I don't know. It's not a good match. If you hit mute for this entire match and just watch the match, I mean, it's fast, so you wouldn't have to endure very long, but it's fucking terrible. It's really bad. And keep that in mind. It will be a theme for the rest of the night. Until the end! Yeah, so that's the end of the first match. So what do we have after that? After that, we have an interview with ICP and Evil Dead. This was funny as hell. Tell me if I'm wrong, that's fine. For whatever reason, this made me laugh a lot. You have ICP backstage, Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope getting interviewed. They're cutting a promo for Evil Dead. Evil Dead being, Violent J's brother in a rubber mask. But he is their, 2K14 creator wrestler, and it pans out and you see Evil Dead's laying on the floor. That caught me as pretty funny, and then they, Violent J he's like, get up, motherfucker, and he stands him up, and he's got a body of stone and a mind like geniusness.
right at him, right there. This is Evil Dead. He's our fucking dead body wrestler, and he's gonna take it all. Get up, motherfucker, get up. This man right here is top-notch championship material. A body like stone, a mind like geniusness.
And for whatever reason, that caught me off guard. It just made me laugh a hell of a lot. I don't know. This was something that I really enjoyed. If you can find this clip online somewhere, I'm even going to look for it. This is a funny part. Just to watch this promo is pretty good. After that, I wrote down more filler, so it must have been just some pointless crap. Oh no, it was one of the Psychopathic Records guys was hiding in his car, and I think it was like a bouncer or something went out to grab him. This is a tiny man who's supposed to fight King Kong Bundy later, but they get him out of the car, take him back inside. After that, we have a match with Redneck Devil Without a Cause versus Evil Dead. Redneck Devil Without a Cause, obviously poking fun at Kid Rock because he comes out to Kid Rock's music. I wonder if Kid Rock knows. Probably not. But he comes out, he gets in the ring, Evil Dead comes out, Evil Dead goes in. This is like a 9-second match. You thought the last match was fast. No, this match is fast. There's exactly one maneuver. It is a DDT that Evil Dead does to Redneck Devil Without a Cause, and then 1, 2, 3, match is over. Evil Dead wins. Evil Dead, and it does the DDT, but they call it the inverted scabby eggplant. That's his finishing move, the inverted scabby eggplant. So again, with the creator wrestler analogy, that's his finishing move. That's the finishing move you and your friend make up because you're immature and dumb. I would do it. So, I ain't hating. I've laughed at it pretty hard. And then right after that, they go backstage, and this was the first. This match was actually the first time I noticed the ring. The ring is super padded. It's not like a normal wrestling ring like I've seen anywhere else before. It's like a gym mat, like something you would see in an elementary school gym. It's almost like they're wrestling on a mattress. It's incredibly, incredibly thick. The inches go down a good couple of inches just for standing. And in the last match, Iron Sheik, dude can barely walk, dude can barely stand up, let alone do anything else. But no wonder he was having a hard time. He probably wasn't keeping his balance very well. I would not want to wrestle on this thing. Sure, you probably wouldn't get hurt, nearly as bad. But then again, it doesn't give it doesn't give you the sound. It doesn't give you any of the impact. It's just like a landed on there. Yeah, it was weird. So anyway, they go backstage. That's done with that. We get a Bundy promo. You can tell King Kong Bundy is a professional. You know, big dude, easily gets heat. He cuts a promo backstage, and then he comes, you know, to the ring, and he cuts a promo in the ring, and he talks about how if he recorded a record of just him farting, that would be better than most of ICP, or, you know, he said that would be better than ICP's music, period. And then he says, yeah, maybe I should do it right now, and it would freshen up the air in this place. You know, so he knows how to get heat from a crowd. The crowd are fucking livid. They want his blood. They're not gonna get it though, so, spoilers. We get Tom Dubb coming out. Okay, Tom Dubb. Alright, let's real talk for a second. So, say you have no knowledge of wrestling, or maybe you don't know much about wrestling. I could go up to you, and I could say, listen, there's this guy, King Kong Bundy. He's a professional wrestler. He has fought Hulk Hogan. He was at WrestleMania 2. You know, he's fought tons and tons of people. He was one of the biggest guys in the WWF for a little while. And, he is, you know, the 500-pound guy, professional wrestler, going up against a 160-pound dude who has never wrestled a day in his life and is from a record company. Who do you think is going to win? I feel like it would be unanimously King Kong Bundy. Now, I'm all for an underdog story. Again, X-Pac, make some noise! But, no, there's only one way this match can go, and it's exactly how it goes. It's a total smosh. You know, it's not as bad as WrestleMania 1, where he just whipped the dude in the corner, avalanched him, and the dude was dead. But, it was pretty bad. You know, this match only lasts, again, like a minute and two, something like that. King Kong Bundy, you know, the one offense that was attempted against King Kong Bundy was like a standing drop kick, which was just feet away. Not even close. This dude was probably like, this thing's padded. I could try and do something. We're gonna make this look cool. And then he just whiffs so bad. King Kong Bundy just crushes him.
Have you ever wrestled a penis, or have you only wrestled your own nightly?
No, only thing I usually wrestle with is my alcohol addiction and my divorcing wife.
He's going already for the body slam, buddy.
You know, holds him down for the 5 count. 5! You know, he goes out. That's the end of that match. Another match down. Like, can you tell that they needed to pad this thing? Because it's, man, these matches they're flying by. Okay, next thing we go backstage, we get another promo. This one's with the Rude Boy. He's talking, oh man, my friend Violent J owns the Federation. You think they're gonna put King Kong Bundy over on me? They do a lot of that. They do a lot of talking, like insider shit, which normally I don't like. You know, WCW did that a lot, where they're like, is this a shoot? Is this a work? And their commentators would say crap like that. It's, for a serious wrestling gig, that doesn't work. It's pretty funny here, you know, just with the whole, like, you know, talking about the dude's knees and Abdullah the Butcher, like, just murdering people in the back. It kind of works here, strangely enough. Later in this upcoming match, actually, there's a part where Rude Boy is hitting Abdullah the Butcher, and one of the commentators is like, no sell! No sell! You know, and it makes me laugh a little bit here. It is a little chuckle on the inside. We then go back to Abdullah the Butcher. He kills another guy coming out to the ring.
Right here.
Well, actually, he made $50, but Ian Rotten took half of it. Nonetheless, there's Abdullah cutting his fucking blonde. What the fuck kind of haircut is that anyway?
It looks like he's probably...
And then Abby comes down, he gets in the ring, and he just destroys this kid. Like, stabs him with forks, throws a table on him, you know, drops elbows on him. This dude gets busted open real early. Like, Rude Boy, he thought he was gonna have some, he thought he was gonna win, but no, not happening. So, Abby the Butcher, you know, he drops his finishing move. I believe it is the Asiatic or elbow, and, You know, holds him down, pulls his shoulders up at the last second, goes back, gives him another one, then holds him down. Abdullah the Butcher then kills the ref.
That's the fucking official for this match.
What's his name?
Sam the Egg.
Yes, Sam the Egg is the official, and I'll be goddamn if he ain't getting his fucking face split open right here.
And then he pulls out another fork, and he kills the ring announcer. He kills the ring announcer with a chair, and he throws the fork to the crowd, but...
Eyes from the neck down. Oh my God!
You know what? Slick Rick Bartles was very lucky he had that M&M on his head, because that made for extra padding when he got...
Yeah, no, this was the best match of the night, and it's actually one of the better Abdullah the Butcher matches I've seen. I hate Abdullah the Butcher. His particular type of hardcore I don't like very much, and that's purely like blood. He'll, just go straight for the forehead and like stab you with a fork. And the fork is the worst hardcore weapon. Like, trash can lids, fine. Barbed wire, good. 2x4's fine. Bat, that's fine. Like, sugar glass that like breaks, that's cool. But no, the fork is the most useless of the weapons in hardcore. Like, there's a lot of matches in, ECW. Well, not a lot, but there are some that I really don't like. The one that I can think of is the final match before, it was the Gangsters versus... It was the Gangsters versus Public Enemy. And it was the last match before Public Enemy went to WCW. And that match was absolute garbage. There was a lot of pageantry because, it was the last match before these guys left. But it was just like hitting people with things. Like, the whole time I'm like, guys, you gotta intersperse like wrestling with the abuse. That's why I like stuff with like, the Tommy Dreamer Raven feud was really good, and like, Terry Funk and Sabu, because there is wrestling intertwined with the violence. You do, and that's why I don't like Abdullah the Butcher. He's normally just the violence, or at least from what I've seen. I could be wrong, but the matches I've seen of Abdullah the Butcher, I do not like at all. But this was the best match so far tonight. Might have been the best match of the night. No, it wasn't. I lied. So yeah, this was all right, and then that ends, and then we move on to backstage. We have King Kong Bundy talking with ICP. And, they're trying to get King Kong Bundy to be in the Battle Royale. They want him in the Battle Royale, and he's like, you gotta pay me $5,000. $5,000! But ICP's like, no, we're not gonna do that. And he's like, well, you paid the Rock and Roll Express $4,000. Rock and Roll Express is hanging out backstage. They're gonna wrestle tonight, I guess. Again, old retired wrestlers. Weird motif. Trying to make some money, I guess. But ICP says no to King Kong Bundy. King Kong Bundy pushes them over and they run away, acting like little bitches.
You paid the Rock and Roll Express $4,000? What's that?
First of all, don't worry about them, all right? You know what? Fuck you. We don't need you in the Battle Royal.
Fuck you, motherfucker! You skinny little cocksucker!
Jay and Shaggy find themselves in a bit of trouble.
I'll kill your fucking mother! Get over here!
I would too. Giant human egg King Kong Bundy coming after you. Actually, that's something I forgot to mention. The commentators during the entire Bundy match kept referring to him as a human penis.
Not deny the fact that he looks like a giant swollen penis. Not saying my penis looks like that, or any other man's, because I've never seen another man's penis, except for my own. Oh, wait a minute. Let him fucking talk.
I have some speculation.
And that they wanted to see him naked. But anyway, that's beyond the point. That happens, and then we get, this match. There's gotta be bad before the good. It is pretty damn dark before dawn. So we get some backstage segment with our reporter type, who says they're gonna go say hi to one of the bitches, the divas. And he opens up her door to go talk to her, and she's got her tits out. So, nudity. If you're looking for 3 seconds of nudity in your wrestling DVD, this one's got it. Goes out, they introduce Chick Foley, female Mick Foley. She comes out, she gets in the ring, and then Angel comes down dressed as Violent J from ICP. Obviously, the most arousing match on this entire card. Very sexy.
In the dressing room, we just got to look at her nipples and areolas, and I think it's safe to say that her titties look like 2 wilted watermelons, Johnny.
And then at this point, I notice, the nice soft mat is covered in tacks. This is a tack match, and there's a lot of tacks in the damn ring. This is the contender for the worst match of the night. This match starts and it's just like a cat fight from ECW. Like the two girls grab each other and then they go down to the mat and then they roll around in the tacks.
Yes, so both of these bitches had excellent training. That would explain why they're both rolling around on the fucking mat and this fucking match sucks, Johnny.
And they point that out immediately. Violent J's like, or no, maybe it was Shaggy that was like, what are they doing rolling around the tacks? Freaking idiots. Yeah, there's just not a lot of offense here. It is mostly like rolling around in the tacks. I know that Chick Foley gets sent in the ropes at one point, and Angel brought out like a police officer looking lady with her, and she hits Chick Foley with like a baton, and Chick Foley goes down. Angel drops the leg on Chick Foley. She gets the pin. 1, 2, 3. That's the end of the match. Police lady comes in and beats the crap out of Angel with the baton. Don't know why. Just felt like this 2-minute, like, ladies match, which had boring chants going throughout it, needed a double cross at the very end for some reason. Also, let's talk about the injustice of having the girl, Chick Foley, not win this. The hardcore, like, champion. You're gonna pretend to be a female Mick Foley and not win a tag match? That's madness. If you're going to do that, might as well make the other girl dress up as freaking Triple H or The Rock or something and not like Violent J. Also, I feel bad for the poor ref because at one point you see him go to count because there is a kick out in this. I didn't mention it because it happens so fast and because this match is like, he throws his hand down on the mat and he counts 1, 2 real quick. And then she kicks out, but he goes like that, and tacks come off his hand. So I feel bad for the poor ref. That's gotta suck, But what are you gonna do? You gotta count. Professional for the job. Okay, and after that we've got the Battle Royale. Still pretty dark before dawn, but we're getting there. We're getting to the good match, I promise. We have our Battle Royale, and oh man. Stalling for time. Couldn't you have made some of these matches longer? Seriously. I don't know which one would I like to see more of. King Kong Bundy. Just killing that dude. That would have been fine. Abdullah the Butcher is the only one who had an okay length match, and even then it still wasn't that long. But, oh man. Every single one of the guys comes out for the Royal Rumble. You know how they don't really do that in WWE, like most of them start in the ring or something like that, but each one of them gets a couple seconds of a song, and they come out, and they're introduced, and they get in the ring. The commentators are making fun of people. Oh look, it's Jerry Only. Oh look, it's who was the other guy they were making fun of? God, Motor City Madman, Ted Nugent. They say Ted Nugent comes out twice because there's 2 guys with long hair. I don't know. This match starts, and immediately madness. This is just. It's crazy. It's like the ring explodes. Normally in a Royal Rumble, you don't eliminate people as fast as it does here. This Royal Rumble could only be, again, 2 minutes or something like that. People get thrown out like crazy. And immediately, Twisted is thrown out of the ring. Twisted is in this ring, aka one of Insane Clown Posse's sort of other Juggalo bands. They're on the same label, and they're also Juggalos, and they also rap. But they're worse. Yeah, so everyone goes out, and we end up with 3 left in the ring. 3 guys. By the way, this was a hardcore match, so there were weapons. Did it matter? Absolutely not. So we have 3 guys left in the ring. We have the 2 guys from the Rock and Roll Express, and we have Evil Dead. Alright, who you think's gonna win? It's not gonna be the Rock and Roll Express! So Rock and Roll Express gets sent into the ropes. Evil Dead clotheslines them both. They both go to the ground. They get up. He does double DDT on them, throws one into the ropes. Comes back, grabs Evil Dead, puts him up against the ropes. Evil Dead ducks out of the way. That guy eliminates his partner. Evil Dead eliminates the last guy. Boom! Evil Dead is the Juggalo Championship Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion. He's got a pretty crap-looking belt, but, you know, you gotta start somewhere, I guess. Yeah, so he wins that, which makes sense, because ICP has been saying the whole night that he's gonna win. I may have forgot to say that. They said that at his promo. They were like, we own this place. Who do you think's gonna win? It's gonna be our guy.
Hey, all I'm saying is this. We own the Federation. That's it. So everything goes our way. And if you don't like it, fuck you.
But it makes sense. Again, 60 seconds after everyone was eliminated, I was like, who's going to win? The Rock and Roll Express or the guy that they're going to probably have at more shows? They're going to have Evil Dead win. So, okay, we have finally gotten into the good match. I know. It's hard to believe. It is Doink and Doink versus Insane Clown Posse. And when Insane Clown Posse come to the ring, good Lord, the place comes unglued. I was afraid for the people in the front row. Like the whole audience just rushes forward.
The one, they fought them all, and now they're here in Detroit, taking on Doink the Clown and Doink the Clown. Let's find out who the real clowns are of JCW.
Well, Insane Clown Posse undoubtedly are clowns. But Doink the Clown and Doink the Clown are fucking style clowns. They jump around like retards and try making little kids laugh like fucking assholes.
They're not exactly shrine circus.
You know, right to the gate. You know, the playing music in the background, ICP's music, obviously, everyone's yelling the lyrics, like everyone in the place.
Nobody knows what they're doing. I fucked that chick with the pink shirt on. Forget about that. Nobody knows what they're doing anywhere, but the fact of the matter.
Like, they know how to get these guys hyped up for a match, and that's pretty cool. It's good to get some energy flowing for your main match. I dig it. So, you know, they're showing off, and then the commentators are like, listen, you can't do this because Pearl Harbor!
WWF
Pearl Harbor! I knew it!
And then, you know, they get Pearl Harbor. They get hit in the back by the two Doinks. The Doinks try and throw me into each other, but they reverse it. You know, the two Doinks go clattering, and immediately we get a ton of offense from Violent J. You know, power bombs and like all kinds of stuff. It's crazy. Like, this is an actual wrestling match. It's madness.
Hey, wait a second. Kayfabe, faggot.
I'm sorry. Double milk duds right there.
And drooping in the center.
Are you talking about the hole in the ring?
Yes,
Shaggy gets tagged in. He does a couple of cool moves, and this is where the Doinks start getting a little bit of offense. They set up some tables, and we get a horrifying, just like I was afraid for Shaggy's life. I thought he was going to die because you have Doink on the ring apron. So he's right here. So he's got him up on the ring apron, and he's got him held to do a pile driver. And, you know, he's here, and there's a table, and the table's set down here. So he's jumping off the ring apron, through a table, onto the concrete, with Shaggy 2 Dope head down. Like, I thought he was gonna die. Like, he was gonna break his neck. I wouldn't trust this like, amateur, this amateur wrestler who I've never heard of. I'm not going to trust this man with my life. He's so never heard of that they don't even say his name the entire time. He's just one of the Doinks.
All right.
Shaggy's face being planted into the floor of St. Andrew's Hall. Boom!
Wow.
Now that was a fucking bump. You never see Violent J take a bumps like that till he'll get too tired.
You know, he was in the Royal Rumble apparently, but I don't remember who this guy is. I had like 10 seconds of exposure with him. So he does that. And then we get some more kind of cool offense. Another table is set up. And Shaggy, again, the guy taking all the bumps, gets, it's supposed to be a power bomb.
Blood, because it's gonna be shattered all over this building if he doesn't get his fucking act together.
Vicious elbow to the head, setting him up for the Tunisian crab hold.
Right there once again, crushed in between the ring. The Juggalos are pissed. They want to grab that fucking clown and headbutt him.
And this time the table's set up different. It almost seems like it was supposed to be set up this way before. It's on the ring apron and it's on the guardrail. Before it was like below it, so you pick up more speed going through it. So that seems way more dangerous. But this one's just on the. It's as high up as it can get. Doink standing on it. He's got Shaggy ready to do a powerbomb. He power bombs him through it. He doesn't get him up all the way. It looks like he's either tired or he can't get Shaggy up enough. He throws him through the table. Eventually, Shaggy gets up, gets a little bit more offense, tags in Violent J for the hot tag. Violent J clears house, gets Shaggy in back again, and they do the 3D.
Oh,
there it is.
Here it is.
Bam! Drop. Boom.
Shit, he's not getting up from this one.
Dudley Boy's finishing move. It's awesome. This match was the best of the night, easily. No, absolutely. This match I would tell you to go and watch because it's fantastic. Yeah, I don't know. It might be a combination of how good the crowd... Like, if a crowd's really into something, it can really amp you up. If a crowd's really dead, it can really pull things back for you. You know, you get stuff like that at episodes of, like, Raw or whatever. If the crowd's totally dead, you're just... I mean, even if you like the guys, it seems more boring if the crowd's not cheering. And the people are going mad for this. So there actually is one more thing that happens. I completely forgot about it while I was talking about this match that I was enjoying. So, after the final match, ICP is in the ring, and then all of a sudden, two guys come out from the back room and start beating him up. The Doinks join in. All of a sudden, music hits, and Balls Mahoney comes out sporting a chair. Clatters the shit out of these guys.
Beating the hell out of Shaggy and Jay. Both Doinks beating the hell out of the large man on the floor.
Dusty Rasputin came down with a ball of fire.
But look at this. It's Balls Mahoney.
Balls
Holy
Mahoney.
Shit. Balls Mahoney came from out of nowhere.
Hello.
Boom. Shit.
And then, more music. Here comes King Kong Bundy again. King Kong Bundy throws Balls Mahoney, beats up ICP.
And Jay, boom. Now he's going after Baggy. Boom, boom.
Bundy is in there just clearing house with his big cupcake ass.
Johnny, things don't look good right now.
It does not look good.
Balls Mahoney.
More music. Here comes Raven.
Shit.
He's all pissed off and hopped up on pills and don't feel a fucking thing. He's in there clearing house. Look at
Well,
this.
I'll tell you one thing. This nobody right here is about to feel something.
Someone fucked up.
Look at he's squeezing his dick. Look, he squeezed his dick. I seen him.
Raven's gonna deliver the even flow. Unfucking believable. Booyah!
There it goes, the butter toast.
Holy crap, if you had all of these guys just hanging out, why didn't you put them in matches? Maybe they're, you know, on a different volume, but good lord, I would have loved to see Raven have a match. Like, it would have actually been a good match. But, yeah, just a little bit of something that I forgot about. So yeah, that was Juggalo Championshit Wrestling Volume 1. Overall, not very good, but... Like I said, I like it a lot more than Ring of Glory. Ring of Glory was horrendous. Like, if someone had a gun to your head and was like, you're going to watch one of these, Juggalo Championship Wrestling, absolutely. You might laugh, you'll enjoy the final match, and it's way, way, way shorter. Again, this, I watched it twice, just like I'm going to do with every DVD I do for this show. Well... I don't know, these XPW sets I might just watch once because that's real long. But, yeah, it was like 5 hours to do Ring of Glory versus 2 hours of Juggalo Championship Wrestling. And like I said, I will be doing this again. I will do the other ones at another time. But, anyway, this is Ragnar signing off again. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on Friday. Bye.